Well, it's nighttime now, and I'm back on the porch. I went for a very long bike ride with my daughter. I'm just making a little video. But I want to get into day 9 before the day's over. Day 9, the power to succeed. Because this one's really potent. Didn't see this one coming, but it came. Resume recovery. So you may be on a roll and then you crash emotionally. All of a sudden you just crash even harder. Stop yourself from crashing because you're going to perfect your persona. Resume recovery. I actually felt physical pain when I emotionally crashed last night. Actually, all of a sudden I was just so high, nothing was getting me down. I was so on a roll. I was feeling supersonic, super clear. And have you ever been a teenager? Have you ever been around teenagers? Do you have teenagers? They can grind on you sometimes. Oh, because they reflect something that's going on that triggers you, okay? So you just got to step back and not take it personally. It's really, really hard, I know. Because they can be in a snit and in a mood, and even though they're super positive and they're going through so much motivation, they still have a lot of, emotions that are just so raw, and they can be grouchy and not show you that they give a crap at all. And it wasn't affecting me all day long. I was pretty whatever, And then it just clamored. I did something off key, and then they were telling me how that's not cool. And it just became this mess. And I just crashed. I didn't hurt anyone. No, it wasn't like that. It was just emotionally, I just felt out of it. I felt unloved by them, And we got to be consistent on our daily actions with our daily goal in mind. And when we crash like this, it can be really heartbreaking and confusing. But the point is, what happens when you feel so clear, so high, and then you fall and you crash? Odd things happen, really out of place things happen. What I want wasn't happening. The harmony I envisioned wasn't happening. My mind started self-destructing. Everything and anything was crashing. I was feeling unloved. And yeah, it's not always all about me. What do? Well, I've got some great ideas that came to me. Because you know what? I was I gotta improve my game. I totally spaced saying my major definite purpose. And I totally spaced showing up for my 6 a.m. Think and Grow Rich live call. I slept right through it. Because I felt off track, and all of a sudden my whole mind was off track. I didn't feel so good inside. What do? Get back. Take it back. Resume recovery. Get back up. You get back up. You get stronger and you get faster. Not many people like to admit this kind of stuff. Because I know I'm admitting this kind of stuff because I suffer this kind of stuff. It's emotional stuff. And even when you're focusing on transforming and healing, you can still come up against something that triggers you. I am sharing this kind of stuff because I know I'm not alone. Because I know I'm not the only one suffering. I'm not the only one. And I want to highlight it because I want to acknowledge it, because I want us all to experience breakthroughs and healing. I want us all to resume recovery and claim and reclaim the power to succeed. We can get on. Whatever's triggering your bad behavior, if you get a trigger, notice it. Because in that trigger is your message. Your medicine is in that trigger. There is something in there that you need to really deeply heal. And when you choose to heal, these triggers can become more obvious. I decided, you know what, I may not do this perfectly, but when I woke up this morning, I was like, whoa, I need to restore my relationship and resume recovering the behavior that I want to be. And once you cross a certain point and you feel emotionally triggered, it seems just to react. It seems like, my God, I need to stand up for myself, but it's not helpful to you and it's not helpful to others. So just stop. Just stop yourself. Stop and get to a quiet, supportive space. Stop everything. When you sense that loss of inner peace, stop. And say out loud, I am in recovery. And acknowledge, I am feeling triggered. In this is my pain. My message, my purpose, my medicine to the world. Journal. Pull out your journal. You're going to repair. Write out the poison. Write out what kind of thoughts are going on. What kind of phrases are you saying? Like, I noticed I kept saying things like, stop attacking me. I kept saying things like that, like, because it just felt like, you're so cruel. You're so mean. Why being so mean to me? And then I started to get thoughts. You know, my husband's away on a trip to a wedding on the other side of the planet. And I started getting, oh, he doesn't care about me. Nobody really loves me. I don't have any friends. Like, I started noticing thoughts like that. So I jotted them down. I isolated them. Oh, I don't trust people. Nobody likes me. He doesn't let me in. They don't really care about me. And what's there to care about? I'm like, gosh, there must be something wrong with me. Write them down, journal them down, catch those phrases, catch those thoughts that you're saying to yourself. Because those are the bad behaviors that you need to dissolve and let go of. And if you're confused and you're not really clarifying what they are, it's harder. So jot them down and then deep breathe and energize. I had such a magical energize today. Really focusing on getting a new home. And I took all this, gawk, and I sat in my transformative space, claiming the power to succeed regardless of how I emotionally did not feel totally on track or in shape last night, and didn't wake up perfectly in shape. But I resumed my recovery. Right? Reclaiming the power to succeed. And I energized and I breathed in sunlight. Okay? So just decide to energize. And then I verbalized. What did I verbalize? Love and admiration and praise to my best personality. And patting myself on the back for resuming recovery. I verbalized that. I sat, I energized, I felt really high on the energy, and I'm breathing into my spine. I breathed the sun into my spine. And then I mentalized. So, mentalize is the third technique I want you to realize you can use. Mentalize, pu, P-U, in Hawaiian means mentalize. So, mentalize means planning in your mind the persona that you have getting what you want. So you're visualizing, you're mentalizing, you're fantasizing as wild and as wonderful as you possibly can. Your persona. Sit and mentalize after you've energized and verbalized. And just take a minute each even. Allow yourself this time. You know what happened to me today? Something supernatural happened. And I wish I'd grabbed the camera fast enough, but I just was so in the moment sometimes that you just can't capture every magical moment. But I'll share it with you now. I was sitting here today in the sun, and I have not seen any birds in this yard yet, but I've been here since April, and it's July, and all of a sudden, all these little birds, I mean hundreds, all of a sudden I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. I was noticing them. They were in this bush out front. Like there's a bush down here, and they were right before my eyes. And there wasn't just a little bit. There was like hundreds up in the trees. Over here, across the street, over there. And like tiny little birds. They look like little hummingbirds, but they weren't actually hummingbirds. I'm not sure what they were. But they were making... They were super cute noises, and I've never heard or seen these birds before. And it was completely magical and loving. So I want to acknowledge with you today that you have the power to succeed, as do I. That you can transform. You have the power to succeed, and no matter what, resume recovery. Take a peek in my description below if you're not on my blog, because on my blog it really outlines the details for you on this exercise that we've gone through today. I hope, I pray, I believe the power to succeed is yours.